Hey, I'm Sarah, and together with my horse Tinks, we form the Nightmares horseboarding team. I first got into horseboarding when I went to the Wiltshire Game and Country Fair at Burwood House and saw the elite teams there racing and competing against one another. I thought it looked amazing and a load of fun, so I spoke to Horseboarding UK and they trained me and my horse to compete in the sport, and we've been going for a few years now. If anyone fancies giving horseboarding a try, first thing I would say is absolutely go for it. It's a load of fun. You don't necessarily need a team. You can be a solo rider or a solo boarder. There are always people looking to pair up and kind of make new teams at all the levels. First thing I would say is get in touch with Horseboarding UK or your country's organisation. They're the place to go for training and camps and all competitions, and they can guide you from there. What I love most about horseboarding is how accessible it is and how fun. You don't need to have a horse that can jump over a metre or perform certain dressage moves. As long as you can complete a course at a canter and your horse is happy pulling a border, you can go for it. You don't need to achieve any certain speeds. You can come and get involved no matter your level. I also love how great it is for older horses. We have a lot of older horses up into their mid to late 20s that still horseboard and still compete. And I think that's great to be able to give them a second career after they may have finished jumping or eventing or doing work that's a bit harder on the body. They can still come out and have fun and do fast things, but with a sport that's a little less intensive on the body. There is no specific breed of horse that is a good horseboarding horse. Any breed of horse, any size, can be a good horseboarding horse. The main thing is their temperament. First, they need to be okay with the sensation of a board rider being pulled behind them, and they need to get on board with that at a canter and a gallop if you want to compete. That's going to be easier for some horses rather than others. We do have a lot of X-race horses, obviously, that do well in horseboarding because it is a sport where going fast means you win. But we have horses from all backgrounds and all walks of life that excel at horseboarding. Ultimately, a good horseboarding horse needs to want to go fast. If you want to compete, the fastest time wins. The favourite Zilco product that I use, not only for boarding but also for dressage and hacking and jumping, is the Zilco S-Hack bitless bridle. I went through a whole process of trying to find the right bitless bridle for my horse a few years ago. I tried a few different options, but none of them really worked for us. The pressure that they gave was not enough, or too harsh, or it was in the wrong place. And I really love the S-Hack because it is a milder bitless bridle, but also gives you a bit more fine control and fine communication with your horse. And for that, it works really well for me and my sensitive X-race horse. If you want to excel in horseboarding, a good horse rider needs to have good control of their horse at a canter and a gallop, and to be able to be accurate and smooth with their turns. When we are looking for a fast time, that is the most important thing. They also need to be able to have a good awareness of what's going on around them and behind them, especially. Sometimes the board riders can't always talk to us, so we need to be able to keep our minds on what the horse is doing, but also keep one eye behind us just in case the board rider has parted company and we need to be able to do a safe release of the harness. A good horseboarding horse rider needs to be able to hold on. We race at quite high speeds, and it's quite unusual if you come from a boarding background to actually be towed and deal with the fact that horses don't have smooth acceleration and turning like a vehicle does. You have to be able to cope with the horse's strides and how their weight impacts on what the horse is doing, and to be able to learn and cope with that, and of course stay upright on the board while you're doing it.